Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching ATP, that is Among the Pages, where I talk about books and the content written among their pages, where I have speak a lot about bookish content. Well, giving a short intro about myself, this is Achyut Murari and I am a medico, added to the fact I am a bibliophile plus a poet too. So what is my specialty is I write poems and muster all my emotions about the books which I read. Without any further delay, let's get started. So the book which we are going to review today is titled The Eyes of Darkness by Dean Koontz. So to be honest, this is the first book which I have read from this author, and the main reason I have read this book is due to the COVID pandemic. Yes, it's true. We have all known that the media and the newspapers had a huge, humongous lot of information given about this book and saying that in this book the pandemic was already predicted. So because of these reasons I have read this book. Well, on the Goodreads, this book has got a rating of 3.8 and for me it is about 4 out of 5. And I literally loved the navigation throughout the book, and let us get into the spoiler review further. This book comes under the genre of scientific fiction, and let me be very honest here, unfortunately in this book I haven't found many scientific terms being used. Me being a medico, I'm in touch with a lot of scientific words, but unfortunately in this book I haven't found any such. And the major lapse in this book which I have found is there are a lot of open spaces and a lot of nexus yet to be connected. So if we have spoken about the negatives, let's get into the whole list of the positive vibes from this book. Well, in this book there has been a wonderful narration by the author. Though this book is present or written during the 1960s or the 1970s, this completely had the vibe even when you read that even after 50 years. The outline story or the summary of this book majorly consists of the story of a mother whose son is named Danny, who is dead in an accident along with his school friends. Some of his friends too are not available and they were doomed to be dead and were buried by school authorities itself while they were into a trekking trip. So the scenes or the book follows how a mother is feeling or how her emotions are after her losing her child, and the most turning point or the twist in this book is when she comes across the matter of fact that her son actually is trying to communicate with her. The book opens with the scene where Danny's mother comes out from a store and she sees her dead son in a car, and she chases behind the car, and unfortunately she couldn't reach that. And from there the series of events begin where there has been a lot of psychical connection between the mother and her son. Well, let's get into the crux of this thing. The virus thing which was introduced into this book is named Wuhan 400. Well, before this was named after a Russian city's name, but later it was due to the technical issues and the political issues, the name was changed into Wuhan 400. So let me be clear, people, this has no connection with the name coronavirus or the pandemic which we have now been facing, or there has been no prediction done in this book and which was already confessed by the author. And coming to the matter of fact, the Wuhan 400 in this book has a whole lot of different features from what the novel coronavirus today is. The novel coronavirus today has an incubation period of 4 to 5 hours, whereas the virus, that is the Wuhan_400, which is given in this book, has an incubation period of almost a week. So there has been a whole lot of difference from what has actually been written in this book and what is going on today in our world. This book took me about 6 hours to read, and that was divided among 2 days, that is 3 plus 3 hours, and I thoroughly enjoyed reading this book because it had a lot of easy imageries and easy peasy words used into that. There weren't high usage of vocabulary, neither was complicated words or passive voices or tenses which were confusing. It was absolutely a smooth read, and you don't even get the value of time which you have been putting on this book. You just open the book and you just fall into the world which was created by Dean Koontz. Well, I thoroughly loved the matter of fact that he has portrayed Danny's mother to be more heroistic in this book, but unfortunately there has been some basic reasons which were absolutely missing. At certain point of time you might feel that this book was hurriedly completed. That is, there were a whole lot of reasons which were yet to be given, but they were not given in this book. So that is why I have deducted that 1 star, unless and until this book is a whole perfect read. And to be honest, let me be very clear, people, that it has no connection with the pandemic or the novel coronavirus from which we are currently facing a whole lot of issue going on in our world. So this was a little spoiler-free review of how I felt while I read this book. I read this book about 6 months ago when the lockdown truly started. Let me be honest here, but I still remember the whole plot or the whole story of this book because this was very gripping and quite intriguing. So I hope you like this review. If at all you could show some love on this video and let me in the comments below of how I am narrating things, because I'm completely new to making the videos. So if at all you're trying to help me, I would modify myself in a way more better manner and give a lot of productive things and read a lot of books and give you a huge amount of reviews which I have been thinking for so long. So without much of the ranting and blabbering, thank you so much for watching ATP, that is Among the Pages, and let's see in the next video. Bye bye.